Thunderclaps. Rain pours down heavily. An Tho Village, An Lao District. A cold March night in the year of the tiger, 2010. Though spring was ending, the chilling northern wind returned like a ghost of winter. The kind of night the old folk spoke of. A March cold strong enough to freeze the old to death. Rain pounded the ground like the sky itself was grieving. Inside a small home, a young mother held her son, his face pale, his breath faint. "Mum, why isn't Dad back yet?" Her daughter, Tai, just 9 years old, whispered nervously. Thien didn't know how to answer. Her hands were ice cold as she clutched her unconscious son, 7-year-old Thien. I don't know, sweetie. His face, it's getting even paler. Where are you, Tan? Outside the storm raged. The wooden door creaked violently. Tai looked toward the gate and spotted a faint flashlight flickering through the rain. "Mom, I think Dad's home." Tan, soaked to the bone, rushed to the porch. He turned and shouted into the storm, "Thien, come inside. I need your help carrying my son to the clinic. Wait, let me grab a tarp." Thien dashed over. "Did you find anyone to help?" she asked. "I ran through the whole village. No one's around. I only found Thien coming back from the fields. He's all we've got right now." As Tan ran to grab the tarp, Thien parked his beat-up motorbike under the roof and walked inside. But the moment he saw the child on the bed, he froze. Thien's body was still, but around him, a thin mist was rising, glowing faintly. Inside the mist, Thien saw a ghostly reflection of the boy, struggling, reaching, as if trying to escape his own body. That's his spirit, and that mist, it's his life force. But why is his soul trying to leave? Suddenly Thien heard a voice, not out loud, but echoing inside his mind. "Help, me, please help." It was Thien, calling for help from outside his body. Thien stumbled back in shock. No, he's not leaving on his own. Something's pulling his soul out. Just then, Tan returned with the tarp. "Let's get him to the clinic, now." But Thien shouted, "Stop! Don't move him." He rushed forward and placed his palm firmly on the boy's forehead. Tan and Thien were stunned. "What are you doing?" Tan yelled. But Thien said nothing. His hand began to glow. Only he could see it. A soft, shifting aura, colors swirling like smoke. He was holding Thien's soul in place, guiding it back into the body. Tan had enough. He yanked Thien off and shouted, "Are you insane? What are you doing to my son?" Thien hit the floor, but stayed calm. He looked back at the bed. The mist was gone. The ghostly image had disappeared. "It's over," Thien said softly. "Over? What the hell do you mean? Help me get him to the clinic already," Tan snapped. But then Thien gasped. "Wait, look at him. His skin. He's getting better." Tan turned. Thien's face was no longer ghostly pale. Warmth had returned to his skin. A few moments later, Thien blinked, opened his eyes, and whispered, "Dad, Mum, I'm so sleepy." Then he fell back into a peaceful sleep, soft snores echoing in the room. Thien stood up, wiping the sweat from his brow. "He'll be fine, for now. But there's still something we have to do." "Anything, just tell us," Tan said, trembling. "How did you... Are you a healer?" "A shaman," Thien asked carefully. "You said it wasn't a normal illness. What was it, really?" "She's right," Thien replied. "Your son almost lost his soul tonight. Something was trying to take it." "Take his soul," Tan muttered, goosebumps rising. "If I hadn't caught it in time, he wouldn't have made it. But unless we stop whatever is behind this, it will come again." Tan swallowed hard. "But you're just a gravekeeper, aren't you?" Thien smirked, eyes glinting with something darker. My family has been gravekeepers for 3 generations. But I'm something more. That night, I couldn't sleep. After the strange incident with the spirit, I felt a heavy, suffocating presence lingering around the house. Though I tried to brush it off, my intuition kept warning me something was off. Around 2 a.m., I suddenly heard a loud bang from the living room. My heart skipped a beat. Then came the sound of footsteps. Soft, childlike. At first, I thought it was my cousin getting up to use the bathroom, but when I looked, the hallway was empty. The lights flickered. The air was cold. As I turned back into my room, I heard a whisper from inside my closet. Soit. I froze. The voice was light, almost childlike, but off, like it didn't belong to this world. I slowly approached the closet. My hands were shaking. The moment I touched the handle, bang! The door swung open by itself. Inside was a doll, a small, worn-out doll with one eye missing. I swear I had never seen it before. I picked it up. It was cold as ice, and the moment I touched it, my head started to spin. I couldn't breathe. Give it back. It's mine. The voice echoed inside my head. The lights in my room flickered violently. In the mirror, I saw a little girl standing behind me. Her face was blurry. Her eyes were just 2 black voids. I screamed and dropped the doll. Suddenly, everything stopped. Silence. When my family rushed in, they found me passed out on the floor, the doll lying by my feet. No one else saw the girl, but I knew what I saw. The next morning, I asked my cousin Locke if he knew anything about the doll. He shook his head. Nope, never seen it before. But lately, I've been hearing weird giggles at night, sometimes even whispers. He trailed off, looking genuinely scared. Later that day, I told my grandmother everything. Her face darkened. She didn't say a word, just grabbed a bundle of incense sticks and went straight to my room. She burned the incense and recited something under her breath. Then she told me firmly, if it comes back again, don't touch it. Call me immediately. That night, we burned the doll, or so we thought. The next morning, it was back, in the same place, same posture, same soulless, missing eye staring up at me. I was frozen. I didn't even scream this time. I just ran straight to Grandma. She didn't ask anything, just took a thick red thread, a lock of hair, some salt, and started binding the doll while chanting. Her hands moved fast, practiced. As she was doing it, the doll trembled slightly, then jerked violently in her hands. "Stop resisting," she shouted. "You are not allowed here." With one final motion, she slammed it into a wooden box, sealed it with wax and rope, then placed it beneath the family altar. Since that night, the doll never appeared again. But I still remember the voice, soft, slow, chilling. It's mine. Later, I would learn. That doll wasn't just a doll. It was something else, something hungry. Thien glared at Mr. Tan, then shifted his gaze to his own shadow on the wall. He thought he was the only one who could see the possessed doll squirming in his hand. But then, through the silhouette cast by the flickering light, even ordinary people could see it move. Yet what Thien saw was far more horrifying. The doll in his hand began to morph, its fabric melting into rotten flesh. From its empty eyes, thick crimson tears began to drip. Its sewn-on clothes disintegrated like decomposing skin. "What the hell?" "This thing is disgusting," Thien muttered, face twisted in revulsion. The doll turned into a slimy, oozing mass of meat, bleeding fresh blood and struggling to break free from Thien's grasp. Using his other hand, he tightened his grip, his palms emitting a 5-colored mystic light. The light shimmered like a spell crafted to restrain evil. The moment the light touched the demonic entity, it screamed in pain. The blood from its eyes darkened to pitch black. That foul liquid was instantly absorbed into Thien's hands wherever it touched. His hands turned a sickly grey-black, the colour creeping up to his wrists. It was as if he were extracting the spirit's curse. As Thien's hands darkened, the doll slowly returned to its original state. All of this played out through the shadow on the wall, under a light that blinked in and out of existence. Mr. Thien and Mrs. Juyen were petrified. She clutched their daughter tightly, eyes shut. He collapsed to the floor, barely breathing. Only when the light stabilized and the closet stopped shaking did they begin to feel relief. Outside, the rain was easing. Thunder and lightning faded. Thud. Thien collapsed, still clutching the now limp doll in one hand. The other hand pressed to the ground, panting hard. Ha! It's over. His face was pale. Mr. Thien cautiously approached. Are you okay, Thien? Thien nodded weakly. Not really, but I just need a bit of rest. Can you get me a glass of water? Fill it up. Mrs. Juyen laid little Thai back on the bed. Mr. Thien rushed out, only to find there was no boiled water left. In a panic, he ran to the rainwater tank, scooped a ladle full, and brought it in. Here, Thien. Sorry, we were so focused on Thien we didn't boil water. You need this to drink or use it for a ritual. Thien frowned. To trap spirits we need something else. Just give me the water. I'm dying of thirst. He downed the rainwater like a man lost in the desert, guzzling until it was gone. With a loud sigh, he checked his arms. The dark stains that had spread earlier were now fading, disappearing completely. Outside, the rain had stopped. The children were sound asleep. Thien turned serious. Are you sure? Neither of you know where that doll came from. Mr. Thien looked at his wife. They both shook their heads. No idea. I work all day. Today my bike broke down. Had to leave it at the repair shop. Came home, played with the kids for a bit, then went to shower. We were eating dinner when the storm hit. I went to shut the door, came back, and Thien was on the ground, unconscious. We panicked and tried to get him to the clinic, but no one had a vehicle. That's when I ran into you. Honestly, we owe you our lives. Mrs. Juyen took out a cloth pouch and offered Thien some money. It's not much, just a few $100,000. We were saving it in case we had to take Thien to the clinic. Please, take it as thanks. Thien waved it off. No need. We may live far apart, but we're from the same village. I'm not some kind of ghost hunter for hire. Just invite me over for a drink someday with some good food, that's all. I only asked about the doll to be cautious. Probably the kids picked it up outside and brought it home without realizing. Mr. Thien blinked. So, my house isn't haunted, right? Thien replied, deadpan. Oh, it is. And the ghost here is worse than the one inside that doll. Mr. Thien went pale. What? Where is it? You see it too? Please help me. Thien pointed at Mr. Thien's chest. The gambling spirit. It's been with you for years. You were playing dice with old Thu this afternoon at the cemetery, weren't you? Mrs. Juyen screamed. You what? I knew that story about the broken bike was fishy. Mr. Thien lowered his head in shame. Thien sighed. Look, I know those cemetery games. You're not fooling anyone. And I only feel sorry for your kids. They don't even have a proper toy. That's why they brought this cursed thing home. My father used to say, spirits aren't the real danger, people are. Keep gambling like this, and you'll lose more than just money. You'll lose your family. Mr. Thien nodded solemnly. You're right. I swear I'll stop. Mrs. Thien, now in tears. Even our only bicycle is gone. Did you lose it gambling too? How are we supposed to live like this? Thien smiled gently. I have a spare bike at home. It's just sitting there rusting. I'll bring it over tomorrow. Mr. Thien protested. No, I couldn't. You've already done too much. Think of it as a loan. Just don't let me catch you at the cemetery again. That place is full of real ghosts. The spirits there have started complaining to me. Mr. Thien shivered. Wait. They what? Thien leaned in, eyes wide. They told me themselves. People disturbing the dead will soon get more than just bad luck. You mess with graves, and they'll mess with you. Mr. Thien gulped. I believe you. Thien stood up. All right, it's late. I'll head home. Don't forget to bathe the kids in grapefruit and lemongrass water tomorrow. Leave the herbs under the bed overnight. Mr. Thien and Mrs. Thien walked him to the gate. Thien climbed on his old scooter, one hand still gripping the doll. As he drove into the night, he muttered, This scent, it matches what I smelled at the cemetery yesterday. This isn't a coincidence. I need to study this thing more. I doubt the kids just picked it up by accident.